thinking make I wonder why me no go get say. This thinking make I wonder why me when you know say some man then get seven, then get sour, right here on them ways. Oh God, some man then gets million, then gets juju. So good, now me know how I feel. When I sing so, now me know how I feel. Hey God, you just see them the millet. Why she comping just a better? You see them no more than millet. Why so the man into the turn for? How you gonna live this life just fulfill another person down? How you gonna live this life just fulfill your brother man down? Hey God, yeah, lele, lele, yeah, lele, yeah, lele. Oh God, this thinking make I wonder why me no for carry gold. Hey God, this thinking make I wonder why me no forget your AI. This thinking make I wonder why me no go get sheshe. This thinking make I wonder why me when you know say some man then get seven, then get sour, right here on them ways. Oh God, some man then gets million, then gets juju, when you know.
You listen to Truth Radio 103.9 FM, live from Freetown. That's true the last.
I hope that our visitors would listen to this song carefully, because it's true. They're trying their best to stop our progress with bad propaganda. I mean the foreign press. Bad things are blown out of proportion and spread all around. But the good things of the island they will never mention. Like our scholars have sit and passed every test. There's nothing about that in the foreign press. You know our music is rated amongst the best. There's nothing about that in the foreign press. But if a man steal a mango or breeze blow up a woman dress, bet your life we making headline in the foreign press. True, true. Lamba bombe ba. Lamba do ba.
Good morning, Freetown. Good morning, Sierra Leone. Welcome to Truth Media on 103.9 FM. My name is Christian Conte, and this is Stop Press. Stop Press brings you a deep dive analysis into the major issues across various news platforms. Our guests are mostly the people who bring you the stories on the radio, on television, and definitely on newspapers. Today in the program, I have two distinguished colleagues joining me. I have Thomas Dixon, editor, New Age, Salon Times. Which one of them now? All three, eh? No, editor. Big editor. Editor, Salon Times. Managing editor, New Age. He also doubles as the chairman of the Guild of Newspaper Editors. So all the troublesome journalists that the print media now will chairman this. I also have my lady, Khadija Jallo, who is my colleague and a broadcast journalist, and currently they work for Afri Radio. Lady and gentlemen, welcome to Truth Media.
Thank you very much for having us.
I'm happy to be here.
Well, stay with us for the next 1 hour, 1 hour 30 minutes at most, and here on Stop Press.
I hope that our visitors would listen to this song carefully, because it's true. They're trying their best to stop our progress with bad propaganda. I mean the foreign press. Bad things are blown out proportion and spread all around. But the good things of the island, they will never mention.
Indeed, they're trying their best. I like this song, very interesting. Trying their best to stop our progress with bad propaganda in the foreign press. So they say they amplify the bad thing and the good thing then they need to talk. But definitely here on Truth Media and across the media salon, with a mixer, the good thing they play talker, but the bad, people that just get for talker. So this morning we want to get a conversation about, things happening across the media, how we cover the media stories, the big stories that make the headlines. And the guests I have here, at the most time they determine what they go on newspaper, what is being aired on the radio, and they form the agenda for the public. I want to start with, they say ladies first, so Khadija, I want to start with you. For the past 2 days, we had a program on Monday and we discussed a range of issues. In the past 2 days, a lot of things have been happening in the media. Personally, which are your most topical news where you don't cover or you follow and you want to talk about?
Yes. Well, we all know say on Sunday, now being International Day of Peace. And for me, I think it's a very crucial topic where I feel say we have to be talking about, not just on International Day of Peace, because peace not to just word in a country, but you also look at it from different angles. And for Salon context, we go back to what bring the war, the 11-year civil war. And if we get International Day of Peace, these are some of the issues we should be looking at. And plenty of people go agree with me, people who watch me right now say there are so many issues where been trigger or where be make the country go into war, we still happen. We get one we get for do with youth unemployment, we get some other one we get for do with corruption, exclusion. These are some of the things that we should be looking at. Some school of thought could tell you, say, do we really have to celebrate peace? And when we have a country where some think that we are not learning from what happened before, or for try for look at how we can learn and teach the young one them when they come up, say, these are some of the triggers of peace. So it gets us back to learn history, and then we put her in a young context and see how we can develop or still push for make we get a peaceful country. Some people will say, okay, Salon is peaceful. We don't see Usai. I think yesterday, but the president also began some position at G7 plus. Yeah. Yes, they get some position that I cannot remember, but that's again another laudable one. That is, it's not just about having positions or giving title, but how it come back to the country, or how when they replicate them na the country, so that the country will say, okay, we are now being recognized globally. But what is actually happening? We get the Kush crisis. This is another thing we're really very topical, and there has been reports, there have been research, but are they making use of those research? Are they making use of those reports? We still see police go arrest, before you remember 1-2 hours, they come back. Do we have rehabilitation programs? So for me, when you talk about International Peace Day, I really want to bring this up because we see the reality. And we have to talk about it as journalists. Like how you say, as journalists, we get for set the agenda. Sometimes I can tell people, they say, even though I'm interested in political issues, but trust me, as a producer also, I look at human interest stories. Because I not just want people for be so attracted to political issues, because now if you go now, they say that bad news is said. But for me, I feel like I have to go down there and get the human interest
avoid the
stories.
politics. You
No,
left the
it's not
politics
like
for
I
next year.
avoid them entirely. But honestly, you will also agree with me, say newspapers, radio.
It's about
Well,
politics,
sometimes it's about
politics,
politics, and then we then left the realities. We don't bring out, human interest
So
stories.
definitely, Kaisha,
So that's not a call for
I
concern
agree
for
with you,
me.
you know, so they say, but then about the final, say, what I do, so you they stick to human interest stories. Yeah. And one of the,
I also look at political issues.
yeah, and you talk
because we
about,
don't go without
peace.
that.
I think peace centers on absolutely everything, because if there's no peace, there cannot be development.
Mm-hmm.
But then we, usually in a salon, what can happen, we always have programs, events, International Day of the Peace, we get something going to be into money, the president will make speech, or the vice president makes speech, or some young advocates, they can make speech. It's just about maybe lip service. What are we actually doing to ensure that we are a peaceful country? And you talk about reports upon reports. We'll start from the TRC report. We don't a lot of things say this is the reason why Salon go to war in the first place. And the very things we take to war are happening all over again. I keep repeating things like justice. It's shocking for a Supreme Court judge. They say,
They ask the
me,
media for
they look for justice. So just imagine what me as an ordinary citizen go talk about. So these are the issues, and I think we need for to talk about them more. I come to Thomas Dixon, still with Khadija's peak of a story. What's your perspective when it comes to we covering matters of peace and how we can handle an asylum?
First of all, just want to say, theoretically, politics is news. News is politics.
Yeah.
There's no way you could dissociate news from politics. Even at the global level, it's global politics. When you have it politically correct, sometimes you begin to fix the other things. But if it is not politically correct, sometimes it's difficult to fix it. So I think that is why the media most times go focus on politics, because it is news. And for me, I think, the media, even if you are going delving into human interest stuff, you should bring out issues actually the pinpoint see them for where they pinpoint a particular problem to be solved. Coming to your question of International Peace Day, I think International Peace Day is a day we set aside for we commemorate peace. And this particular International Peace Day, they happen when we get serious conflict at the world. We get conflict between Israel and Palestine. We get conflict between Russia and Ukraine. These are major conflicts where major countries that don't take positions at the world. And as small country as we can, Salonde, we can just they try for hide our voice, not for take position. Yeah. Because sometimes these conflicts will affect you.
Definitely.
Already they affect the globe economically, especially for poor countries. But now zeroing into Sierra Leone, I take the statement of two people on Twitter. The one Dr. Samura Kamara, when the former leader of the APC. He said, for us in Sierra Leone, the International Day of Peace must be a call to heal division within our society. Let us put aside bitterness, embrace forgiveness, and find strength in our diversity. Let us honor truth. Wherever we are, let us commit ourselves to dialogue over discord, unity over division, and hope over despair. So this is very important that Sierra Leone, this is the former leader of the APC who still believe in electoral justice. They call out for peace. They call out, for dialogue more often. I think that's the way to go. Dialogue more often. Former President Kaba said, Jojo is better than war. Meaning, the more we talk, the more we understand ourselves. And I think that is very, very important.
Before you count the other quotations, might just quickly comment on Dr. Samoa Kama in, that quote. So the question a lot of people will ask: to what extent, how far Dr. Samoa Kama, as leader of the APC, then flag bearer of the APC, don't go for ensuring we get peace, considering the fact that, there has been this seemingly undefined electoral justice, and people that there are a lot of misconception. People are saying that they can't put Samuel Kama as president tomorrow, next week. Nobody's saying this is not true.
I think Samuel Kama who it to Sierra Leone and to his supporters to tell them that electoral justice is a farce. Electoral justice is not farce. Electoral justice, yeah, that's the fact. That's the fact. The Constitution of Sierra Leone is very clear about how you get electoral justice. The international community will not come into Sierra Leone and say they will come and impose somebody. It's not going to happen. So it's a complete farce. He has to come out as a statesman for telling supporters them that it's enough. Because after every 2-3 months, you go say, hey, then the guy installed Samuel Kamara, hey, then the guy installed Samuel. That is complete lie. And we foretell with people now. Come out, journalists and speak, say this is not going to happen. I remember they parked my car somewhere and somebody will sabi me say, they say that time when I think this recent one around then July, August, when they say they can install Madabio don't go, we don't want away, don't go in that going, president go England. So it's a big man way. At the partner I say Dixie, what are they about this team? So now I say not to two. Now I say, what you don't talk, I believe. So when we get these platforms, we should be able to tell the people that not true. They be. Election at 2028.
And if we're honest with yourself, your constituency, being chairman of the guild,
yes,
it's the most problematic side of the media.
Yeah.
Because you in a broadcast. You had somebody going to really go talk around there. Yeah, now you see traditional newspaper, they put on day, say that
that's the beauty of journalism. The whole issue of diversity.
But you have a responsibility.
I agree, we have responsibility. That is why when you are part of the guild group, sometimes we scold them. Where somebody put an headline who thinks this headline is outrageous. We scold them. But at the same time, we have to be very careful of how we use social media. You follow the Nepal situation. It was social media they used to organize a protest. You follow, and these are Gen Z. Bring me to Khadija in point about our own Gen Z on Kush. We own Gen Z them. I think this is not the legacy where President Bio they left. The most important legacy where they left, na bad legacy.
Akush?
And Akush.
So what the good one there?
That is, you go to the village. You go to the village. The most remote village. You see the impact of Kush. And we government seem not they do anything. We have a national drug law enforcement agency which is powerless.
We're still about funding.
Where the head of the agency is being involved in a drug rumor.
Allegedly.
Not like we see the video. You saw the video side they give gifts.
No,
we saw it.
Well, they're not even really confirmed.
Well, we saw it.
So we
only saw the removal of the chief immigration officer. While the head of the national drug law
enforcement that's the person they see and the person they look for.
That's another explanation. But exactly. I think that would they create a mindset for young people, like next generation. Would they create a generation of fools? Would they create a generation of addicts? Any corner you pass in a salon, I can be very, very. It is very, very shameful that you will see if Uboboy in the past with so foot. These are the glaring legacy. These are the legacy of Madam Yori. You see, you see. If you not try for nip it in the board, Sierra Leonean go always remember President Bio after 2028 of Kush. We have to say it. Bring me to the next quote of the vice president on International Peace Day. On Twitter, he said the International Peace Day offers an opportunity for Sierra Leone to reflect on its peace journey, a peace that we hold dear because we know all too well the cost of war. Sustaining our hard-won peace requires that we as government fulfill our promise of a better tomorrow for our people. The economic transformation of our country built on the pillars of democracy and rule of law is a promise we must deliver. Let us be bound by the principle of one country and one destiny for the future of our beloved country that is predicated on national cohesion and inclusive governance. What are the take home on this particular statement? The take home now that the tomorrow for our people, and Kush is devastating our young people. Kush they kill them. Kush they bunk them brain. And government seem not for to do nothing.
And it's an addiction.
Yeah, it's an addiction. It's very, very addictive. That when you take a once, you take a difficult for left. You don't see man them. The world be in the college. You don't see man the world be in the college.
Yeah.
We are smart guys. Smart guys. Kush don't render them useless. If you think say me smart, if you think say Christians smart, these we are smart. These are guys we smart pass we. Now guys are who they go for explain concept to we. But these guys are now in the street. Some have been killed. Some mama them day, some parents them day. Pressure don't kill them for them picking them. And government seem not for to do anything. Now the tomorrow they talk about so, and he talk about one thing we see. He say we not forget the cost of war. We bring me back to it in my lady here said about, and which you say free echo about justice. You talk about the judiciary. We are in a Supreme Court judge. In fact, the most senior judge in the Superior Court of Judicature come out and lament a story. The story of pain, a story of human rights abuse. And even when he make that statement, it come out, you see them punish him. In fact, my information I'm getting is that them broke into an office. And the whole issue about this now for file no file. Somebody don't go get justice.
And think he can't to the media. I'm sure he go.
But I'll tell you,
make a statement on that.
the background of
I hope
this,
he does.
the background of this, some of us are down there, we are investigating some of these issues. There is a particular land at the beach, where the Matagona court, who say a popular club, the Bila now. This Matagona
There are
court,
interests.
this case, the High Court judge ruled in favor of the owner of this particular club. They appeal. Where they appeal, there is a family where believes saying and gets legal documents to that claim. So when it got to this judge, and mark you, Justice Alloway is a expertise now in land law. So when it got to Justice Alloway, they find out, and the Chief Justice I did assign file. Why you don't assign file to the man?
The letter he writes, lengthy letter.
Why you don't assign file to the man? You want pull the file back at the man. You know? So there is a tribunal.
Yeah.
But the
Exactly,
tribunal,
that's the
when I'm
thing.
coming, this tribunal is being headed by a lawyer who has a questionable character.
Well,
and have been convicted.
may we allow?
No, we have to bring it out. This is justice.
Let's allow. Yeah,
We have to bring it
I'm
out.
coming.
You know,
Let us.
this
I
is truth media.
I understand you.
They will not cover
What
this.
you want to do? I understand you. What you want to do? Let's allow the tribunal do their work firstly, and the judge in question, the Supreme Court judge in question, is very vocal. And I think say if he gets issues with that, and he understands the law is the most senior Supreme Court judge. He will raise out.
Let me tell you
Definitely.
something. Let me tell you something. Francis Gabidon is a chair. Will chair this tribunal. I don't know Francis Gabidon. I don't know for Delvin.
No, I don't know.
No, I know for any Delvin.
So, exactly. So
But
what I'm saying.
we are out of. I want to make a mention.
no, more allow
Let
the
me make a
bargain
mention
case.
this.
But
Let me
there's
make a
a
mention.
lawyer.
Want to
You
make a
understand?
mention this.
Yeah.
A mention on the issue of justice.
Maybe-
This is somebody that is powerful.
Maybe the man will get issued and they
Now
say
this
the
is.
person already said.
I know it will be raised in the tribunal.
Okay. So,
I know it will be raised.
It's a
But some of these
Khadija.
tribunals are not even made public. Then they hide them. Because some document
And
will
it's just
come,
the,
will not
the,
come.
the judiciary put out a statement saying
So they're not a comment
they're not
again.
a comment on, and I was surprised because as a matter of fact they're not been a comment. They reached out to Elkas, you know, the PR person at judiciary on 2 occasions about this issue. He told me we can't put out statements, no statements, and we carry the story. And I tell him,
because
plainly,
they say they're under
this is
investigation.
what good journalists do. We reach out to you, talk for the judiciary, then we just speculate and write down, then you call back and have issues. Let me go to Khadija.
Quickly on this justice
Yeah.
round up.
Yes.
You know, one of the reasons according to TRC, the reason why we could fit, the lack of justice, compromised judges, a compromised judiciary. In Sierra Leone, we will not ever correct that wrong. We will not ever try for correcting wrong. In fact, by 2015, we'll make it worse. We will see a sitting president unlawfully expelled the vice president.
Right, so yeah. And the judiciary upheld that
The
decision.
judiciary upheld the decision. Come on, we see recently an auditor general. The same thing when they try for do so
Yeah,
far.
tenure of office.
The same thing when they try for do so far and allow justice. Now they do to this auditor general and we silent about it. This situation where they have Busuna Saloon, it gets ordered. Where you in that? I think that is why I believe that this push is something there behind this push. In other countries where the Gen Z see this situation, they organize themselves for social media. In Kenya, it happened. In Nepal, it led to the fall of a government. We are doing it.
In our own case, we have the cyber
We are
security.
doing and coming to the VP quickly said about economic benefit. Every day, week, every month, and tell say inflation don't come down to 5%. From last year, where inflation they come down, 30 they will not see her, will not feel her. When inflation,
Price of commodities don't come down.
on
Let's
paper,
not on practice. Let's not
on
on
paper, when inflation they come down.
Let's not on.
Yes, they not force the government to do what you go say. It for mark you, the price of commodity not come down dictated by economic conditions. So it was government who called them and they went into a room and it's a compromise.
But anyhow they do.
No, it was a compromise.
Don't say they
Economic
conditions
conditions.
again.
They're not come down by economic condition. This was and the reason why this happened now because the Minister of Finance we don't tell we see then they put some percentage on rice that money and then they put in a corner then they ring-fence am who go develop agriculture. When the year begin we ask this same Minister of Finance where this money you know before tell we almost money they don't ring-fence almost they don't send to agriculture. But let me tell you our people down there, even at rice as it don't come down to 500, 600,000, the minimum wage is still 800. Teachers are being paid 1.2, police 1 point something. These are the ordinary people who they talk about. Prison officer 1 point something. Hey, how far they get them? Are they having a take-home salary? Or are they having halfway salary? Halfway salary.
I also wanted to talk about Salah in the media, but you told me we had to. Now they say Salah in
the media is very. The media is a very interesting place. Because we get the ability for put out. We get what we call the beam light. We put this beam light for others. So forget about yourself.
Because the peace discussion.
If the economy boom, if we get a boom in the economy, the media will boom.
Let's talk about the peace.
Yes, because I am.
Allow me.
All right. Okay.
Let's look at the peace you talk about. When it comes to other sides, the peace where you talk about. I am one person who are the right. I like for it's good to criticize, good to condemn. What are the solutions we put forward? Every year, International Day of Peace, we hold press conferences, we hold events, people then budget big money for their events and what should we do to have sustainable peace other than just talk, get workshop and find statement? The Vice President talk fine, Samua talk fine. Other than beyond this, what should be done for ensure we get lasting peace? We might not have 100% peace, of course.
It's not.
But what should we do? One big action government for ensure we have sustainable peace.
Now, when you look at Salone currently, you know that take away the fact that the politics in Salone, even after election, is still in there on top. The discussion, political discussion is all over. But if you have a country who's a mistrust day between the ruling party and the opposition, which of course then gets a say, now their own constituency, then that's a huge problem. So we want, like how Dr. Samura Kamara say in tweets, say we don't have to have a country where some people can be excluded when it comes to national discourse. I think that's another way forward where we can look at. Now, let's cite an example. I think 2 years ago, we've been together August 10 riot or so, that some people even died. I don't know if 2 years ago or so. That tells you that we still get an open space where the government or opposition, main opposition, need for really put an around so that we don't have people that can intrude and ignite war. And now we have young generation who say, we get the social media. And that one they said don't pile more work on the media. Because now we have to do more research. We have to be very swift in responding to some of these things. But again, how free is the media? How can I come and say, okay, this person, and they don't hold me? I have some people that will tell me, no, Khadija, I don't go out at night. Because they are afraid to go out. Now they say, okay, it's our responsibility as the media for set the agenda. For say something, we can get this large, is it I-Verify program?
Yeah.
What I want to say, yes, it helps a lot. Yeah. But when you are critical, when you talk on issues, when you do your research, you have every fact. Still, you get called from above.
Yeah, and
now look at Umuto Onka in case. Now WIMSAL is going to ECOWAS court with other organizations. Umuto Onka posted a video on her TikTok page. Usai will be get a town hall meeting where he been where one lady want ask question, and then he post that video there. What happened? SLBC were on the work for from 2014. Then just call her and say you are dismissed. So these are the issues.
Exactly. And all of these things breed discontent. If person say, if I do certain things or somebody do something to me, I'm going to court, I'm assured of justice. It's a very big step to peace. Just this morning, Lamana talked to the former president SLFA, and they asked her and say, you know, they go court. And the man laughed and said, you don't believe the judiciary? He said, I believe them. But he was saying, but if he raised concerns, say maybe they don't tell in lawyer them. So this is a law they don't tell and say the judges they're not really, fully capacitated when it comes to sports law. And so if people have distrust in a system, it's that distrust and they breed war. And there's something.
And let we know before senior colleague come. Let people not also take advantage. Say, oh, we are a resilient country. People not go into war because we don't go into a war. No, we not take that for granted.
No, that word
don't push the people to the corner.
That one doesn't suffer.
Exactly. No, we are resilient people.
Former president.
And we are seeing the fine statements that our president is making on global stage. But we have to see that reflecting in the country. These are some of the things we want to see.
If we come for analyze the president's
no, it's a lot.
statement
It's a lot.
and how it reflects on the people, it's another show.
Definitely.
But I just wanted to mention that
because solution before we take your own pitch.
For the solution, I think we have another opportunity now. Yeah. The other opportunity we have is to review the 1991 Constitution and make this constitution, the 1991 constitution and the 1978 one-party constitution, not too much difference other than the democracy on serve 2 terms. If you read them critically, too much difference.
Some people say that they are the root cause of all we problem.
Yes. So I think we get this opportunity for review this constitution.
Okay, it's ongoing.
The politicians then they argue on whether we should have 55 plus 55 or 50 plus 1. For me, I think 55% is so high a threshold for any country, even with neighboring countries, Liberia, Ghana, Guinea, and other parts of the world. Then they go with 50 plus 1. There's also this argument about first past the post and PRs. When me thinks we don't try the PR, I was supporting the PR. I changed after this election. I had the belief that PR will bring it together, but you have PR formula that actually they give power to the people. Oh, not use. They are models of PR. You have a model of PR where they vote for the party, but you also they vote for candidates. Wherein
the interest is that
yes.
they never discuss.
Yes, you get
there are a lot of things. People get different versions, different
models,
and all that.
But then just stick on this particular model. Hey, let's vote for the party. No, voting for party, you actually they give power to the party.
More than the
you remove the power from.
And as it stands right now, I'm not
like for example in Brazil, in Brazil they have a PR. But you vote for the party and then you vote for the candidate in the list. Yeah. For example, if the party not elect Thomas Dixon and put me number 10 at the list, then the people elect me, then vote for me. Now me get the highest vote at this list for Western area. Automatically at the car number 1, who that the party elect the car number 10 if I get the list vote.
Yeah. That's
so automatically you give power back to the people.
Yeah.
But our situation, our own PR system, we are robbing the people of their power.
Just one interesting thing. They
Would
say,
they rob the people
a
of their
certain
power?
member of parliament, they will, after the elections, they're gonna court, remove some members of parliament, and they make a member of parliament. Young man and get that hey, I forgot bitter. It's because he tell them place. What would I make me MP? Make me MP.
Yes, thank you.
So as I say,
So
as
this
I
is-
sit now,
this
I
is-
don't know my member of parliament.
we get this
So that
opportunity.
they will accountable. Right
We
now.
get this nobody. We get this opportunity for actually.
In other countries, in other countries, they recall member of parliament.
Yes.
Like Nigeria, man, say no, they recall you.
No,
They do.
that is why in US they have this midterm every 2 years. Now they elect on our members of Congress, Parliament every 2 years for review the work. You understand? We get this opportunity. We don't miss several opportunities. TRC report was a brilliant document. We get the Anes by Koma report on governance. You also get the transformation report by Abat MacLeod, late Abat MacLeod. These are brilliant documents of how we for govern with natural resources. Not that the ideas are not there, they are there. But we need for actually idea where you get implementer. A remain idea. Where you implement idea, where you implement an actionable idea. But we get this opportunity now. Let us look at this opportunity. Let us be honest to the people of this country. We'll review this constitution, not just on percentage, even for appoint judges. We'll get a criteria where they put where, yes, the president will always make the pronouncement. Yeah. But not to say power pan at the president for appoint. There should be some amount of committee in other parts of the world. People then they vote. Then they vote for judges. We cannot vote for, we don't have that resources. But we go get some people, let's say some people at the panel. We are in judges and people who want to be judges, then go they apply, for example. Interview them. There are several models we can take. I'm not saying that I know for follow, but there are several models we can take. Let's all be honest to this country. And let us come with a constitution that is good for us. Okay. And talking about another solution would have to be, how are we handling this drug addict? As I said, it will remain a legacy, a bad one, a notorious legacy for President Bayo. If you not handle this Kush crisis, they all over this country, not just na Freetown. Na Freetown you sabi. When you travel, go upline, go Bo, go Kenema, go Makeni, you dey see am. It's visible. If you not handle and forget a proper rehab center, mark you a drug addict. When they can rehabilitated, they can relapse. Yeah. So you have to forget the proper monitoring. We don't have it. Proper rehab center, and the police and other bodies that we need for tackle law enforcement. In Liberia, recently, they came out. Mothers, fathers, they came out. Protest that they want an end to this Kush. And Salon is the epicenter of Kush in West Africa.
They catch person in Gambia.
It's the epicenter.
There's
a research by an organization.
Yeah,
it is the epicenter of Kush. So I think we have to find a solution. A proper is a social ministry problem. So I think we have to do that.
Yes, to add to that, I also want to say I think we have to, as a country, our leaders also have to set their priorities, states. We are seeing them wanting to put more money in some sectors while we have a crisis here. Now, speaking to some organizations, they are not even getting support from government. And it's like these young people are just on the streets. They are being left there to just die on their... We see bodies every day in Kenema and other places. So the realities are there. So let the government set its priorities and then see what comes at top, and then we can address other issues.
Okay, thank you very much. The program is Stop Press on Truth Radio 103.9 FM, and you get through across with various social media platforms on Facebook and on YouTube. What you would do now, Stop Press, for bring the people where they write the stories, report the stories, produce the stories, and just get a deep dive and get their thoughts and conversations, waiting to shape their opinion when they report the stories and also write the analysis on newspapers or do their own programs on radio or television. My name is Christian Conte, and of course I still get me two guests with me here. I have Thomas Dixon, who is the the chairman of the Guild of Newspaper Editors, the most troublesome sect, in the media. Now we get the highest number of cases now at the Independent Media
So
Commission.
indirectly, it's also
IMC. Definitely. Then of course I get Khadija with me when I broadcast journalist said work for Afri Radio. No, Khadija, and Dixon mentioned, before I can take Dixon on pick for this week, he mentioned something about the Constitution and, let's look at the Constitution. There are two things. The late Justice Kawan did a very good job with having a review. We talked to so many people. It was so inclusive, so participatory. We be no say secretariat be there. If you want information, you go there for getter. He put together a document, and the Adesbai Kuma-led government begin pick there. And he spoke.
They rejected 90%.
Yeah, and he spoke to some people and he was disappointed. The person said, hey, all this work I don't do, and it seemed he did not do nothing at the end of the day. So this is the problem we have. Then now we get a constitutional review go on right now. A lawyer was here, so you saying Marade Utria quite recently, and he was saying it's like say, na secret, because we need to see active involvement of everybody. They will say government the whole consultation government the whole consultation under. You talk to civil society players, you talk to market women, they don't even understand what they go on. Exactly, and the media too.
Before you ask your question, say we get the tripartite.
Yeah.
And the tripartite make we get this team.
Yeah.
In the tripartite, in the Bintumani document, a clause there they will say the media and civil society should be guarantors. You know what thing and do with the tripartite committee, APC, SLP go meet? They say they don't want civil society.
Exactly.
They don't want media.
Two major political parties then.
They say, and the only thing we can go yeri, now we don't get problem. How go yeri? They get disagreement. How go yeri?
So
how can you? How the political elites that this country need for it to be right?
Exactly. They need to get it right.
They need to get it right.
So Khadija, on that, I want to ask you a question about that review generally. What should be done? How the media will come on board? Why enough of this secret? Because this documents constitution need review every 2-3 years. It take a long time. We have an opportunity now to review our constitution, and it will lead we for several years, 10, 15 or more years. One get a very solid document. What should be done for ensure say it's consultative, all man on board, including the media. Look, we didn't ask journalists there, and we are very senior journalists, and we concern. Let's alone other people, particularly our colleagues in the provinces and other side there.
Now, what should be done is very clear. Get all sides involved. Even as a journalist, when you are not, you don't have access to information, then you're not going to give out information that the people need. And if we begin to create that kind, what he said, oh no, this journalist don't say this, not the right thing, or this journalist not the right information, because you're not giving them the right information. Yeah. And I repeat this again. We are in a dangerous generation. Also, we get information all over. Some information, the way they say, the vision are the true. And we have people now in time follow we, even as journalists, follow we able for really play around with your name safe. Because you don't want to say something here and tomorrow then go, oh, you come back for say sorry. That's not the kind of situation we want. So if we are not involved, how can we inform the people?
So let me get blogger now.
I did tell you.
And say some government ministries, I don't want to be specific, some government ministries, department agencies, prefer having people who go put camera, they talk to them and talk, unfiltered, no editing, than traditional media. If you can't tell me, I have to ask questions and rationalize them before I put it on TV or radio or write on a paper, but you get other people in the space.
I think we in the media have been left this space. Now I don't see.
No, but
we've been left this space. Yeah. So people them, and if there is an empty space, anybody go can
feel them. Yeah.
Not that blogging is bad. It has to be part of our generation going forward. But we, the media, supposed to assume this space. We left empty. But now, thank God with you guys, Truth, myself, the Liberty guys, Afri Radio, 98.1. We are all now on the social media space. So there is no way you can say, they're not informing, because that's the problem. When you watch some situation where they happen at the world, and that's the problem. The media understand the language of the social media. There's a different language in the social media. We have to understand them. If we don't understand them, we're not able to make the public understand. So thank God we are moving towards that trend. Even newspapers are moving towards it. You see newspaper in the morning now, you see them front pages all over.
And
Yeah, all over, yeah.
interesting. It's with this guy for do. Yeah, it's like a lot of collaboration. The other day we had one guy IB blog. He was here, and you know, first of all, there was a time when me as traditional journalist, so I always had this eye where they look all. I mean, they said 2 bloggers in that salon.
Yeah.
I was like Vicky was a blogger, and Sarah, our colleague, instead get.
Yeah.
But when I see IB blog, what he talk, and he was like very. I know say me not to journalists, so but I listen to journalists. I don't learn from them. And I collaborate with them.
Yeah.
And so we need to collaborate.
So
because we just decide
we have
we
to
it's
move into
difficult.
this space. If you have to compete with them, compete with them. The only difference between us and them should be credibility. Who are a science by profession of a science of verification. Who try for verify. For ensure so we maintain our credibility. Then can go out and post. We verify before we post. So that is what we should do. Let us go with the pace. I agree that then they collaborate. Sometimes they don't even collaborate. Sometimes they take we report to them hook, line, and sinker. They don't even credit we. So it's good, but going forward, we have to move into that space.
Yeah, and I think they are now that we don't know say that's the way we are going, and I think they have to be. They need to train them more because we get government ministries them way they use them, they make use of them, they service them. So they need to give them
No,
more
because
training.
you can give them for us, for me. You want to promote government ministry, I will charge you the normal price. When they charge na media, we verify say this is promotional and this is. But if you want to put something on my paper, I tell you saying a supplementary. I go pay you for pay.
No, of course,
You understand? Yes,
say-
so but you can give these bloggers because they have phone and get microphone and you give them anything, then put them out. For us, I go tell you say no, I get staff for pay. Who they do one for you?
So now be the problem and the way social media start.
Yes.
I know some editors there where they are very prominent newspapers there where they say, me they pay me staff and knock out me 10, 15 stories.
Yes.
Me they can share online, all man gets and all that. No, things are
but
changing now.
no, even the online, you can get some story there now where you can get paper.
Paid for content, yeah.
Yeah, where you dey pay. If you want, you get your website, some story, then they will an exclusive story where you get. You go pay. You can even get a scroll bar on your website where you dey get donation to you for a particular story or a particular thing where you want what you want to do. Then people will support you. So this is the way we should not shy out. We have to adapt. Let us adjust ourselves and move towards that trend.
Yeah, and you have to also make yourself, visible. You therefore make them feel you present. Now we don't get lazy journalism. If you think you're going to be lazy and you're not, going with the trend, try for put yourself on the limelight, then you're going to be left behind. And you go always, remain for they say, oh no, then people are they do this fast. No, you have to value yourself. You get for put more value. You get for learn new things. We get the AI, we get, digital tools there now. When they upgrade you, you have to do more research. So you get for put value on yourself. That's how I can tell anybody, say, as a journalist, sometimes I don't even go na all programs. Because I don't even want somebody to look at me one carry, but people call me. And I only go to where, if I go outside, they don't call me, I go for the news.
Definitely.
But we have, anyway, there is a lot to talk about. If we're not done, we're not done with this one.
Definitely. So
in a nutshell,
today we're not going to talk about you talk about salaries and all that. I want to talk about media salary. You don't talk about general salary.
The media is a reflection of society.
Thank you.
Where you see salon as you come, Liberia, and where you go to Liberia, you see the newspaper, they're all colored. Where you see a newspaper, we have more black and white.
I know.
Than color.
We have
small
space saturated by.
So any person we can salon where you watch your newspaper, you know say there's poverty.
So don't worry. That are something that they will need
So-
to get you
So
on a special
poverty speaks
program.
for
Yes,
itself.
it's
Man,
for itself.
I will get you on a separate show for talk about. You know, a guild chairman. We'll talk about proliferation of papers.
We'll
Like,
do
when
that.
I studied show, I tell they say I want to review papers. On day one, I had 21 papers. Like, who's going to go review all this?
We'll
in
do
this
that.
short time?
We'll
So
do
we'll talk
that.
about that.
We'll
So
do
for
that.
this week or this 2 days, what's the most trending story where you don't follow, don't cover, or don't investigate?
Well, the most trending story that I've been doing starting from last week to this week, has to do with the mines revenue discrepancy. There is this statement from the Minister of Finance that we export $1.2 billion worth of minerals, and government only gets $60 million. This not go down well with the Ministry of Mines. The Ministry of Mines say your records show see the revenue where government supposed to get now $49 million. So there is a $33 million missing or discrepancy.
Yeah. I would prefer discrepancy because there needs to be an explanation.
Well, nobody
it might not necessarily be
the Ministry of Finance, first of all, the role of Sierra Leone, the Ministry of Finance are in the set the fiscal regime for mining companies, how mining companies for pay.
Yeah.
The Ministry of Mines and Enemy, these are the professional ministry. We go do the professional work, exploration and blah blah blah. Now then they will come, and this is what they talk to, non-tax revenue, meaning na license fee, other fees, not to like pay as you are.
The Ministry of Mines gets
The Ministry of Mines,
knowledge of
they get knowledge because actually they indicate the receipt where they don't go pay na the consolidated for.
Okay.
So for the Minister of Finance go see, now $60 million, it raises a lot of questions. And this document with the out with National Mineral Agency pool and Ministry of Mines, it's in the public domain. That this is what we exported, and this is what government should have, $49 million. And nobody is explaining. And this came about again just yesterday. The United States pulled out their fiscal transparency report. Who side they rate 139 countries on fiscal transparency. That means how you government put out, how they expend them, the budgets, ministry by ministry, how you government put out, how then they get revenues, the sources of revenue side. And we supposed to know, for example, if we go to NRA website and click, and know say Ministry of Mines are this money in commodity as revenue. But you go there, you don't get it. So they rate Sierra Leone as a country where not make significant progress on fiscal transparency. They rate 139 countries. Sierra Leone they among 69 countries that will not make any progress. And we have a Ministry of Finance, who is talking about we've done this, we've done that, and some of these reports, and even backed up by the MCC report. If you look at the MCC report on the fiscal policy area, we fail almost all the economic indicators. Which means we are not doing fine.
Most times, MCC reports we can just say,
yes,
we
just even the corruption self. We've gradually been reducing on our grade from 80% to 76 to 74.
They say once we pass.
But actually they tell you we are not doing fine. And some of this information, the Anti-Corruption Commission, for example, for put out a statement saying we are investigating. But come on, it is.
Yeah. So
$33 million.
Dixie, I think
there
are two issues.
We get, for example, we get $33 million. We get the hospital in Lomley, where the Japanese them been, where it cost the Japanese them $50 million. $33 million could get us to the hospital. Good one then. $33 million could get us schools, classroom. We need more. You know that the vice president, we need the budget hearing. Talk say every day would they born 700 picking them. Meaning we need 700. We need more classrooms.
You said you contribute to that number recently. Eh?
Well, if you contribute, you contribute. You have already said that. You have already said, and you know the lie. We get a very active youth population. That Naime could get this everyday woman in the born. This because we get active youth population. But if the money they are they can and they missing, we know the suicide them money they go. Nobody know they explain to it. It's a problem.
So there are two things, Dixon. You know, in terms of this money in question, I think one of the biggest problems that we've seen for the get is getting people to come and explain. Because I can understand when it comes to business and finance, you know, the figures. Most times, not all the colleagues understand it's about the politics of the figures.
Yes.
So why not come to the media, explain to it, and say, okay, it might not be said that when they miss, you know, opposite take out. Now, so happen. Give us a logical explanation.
My investigation is that the Minister of Finance is feeling otherwise for come back and say, for own up. that this is a mistake I make. But you are the
But maybe it also boils down to which we don't see.
You are the Minister of Finance.
Issues in government ministries, department, agency. Just recently, we know Dr. Sandin in back and forth in professional head. We know it happened at Tertiary Education Commission. Maybe the Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Mines not say for the collaborate well.
They know they collaborate. They know they collaborate well, which this investigation also proved. You have this whole issue of Kasafoni. You have this whole issue of Mount View. The Ministry of Finance come with a company called Mount View. Where then give again this boils down to the member of parliament that who they elect. Mount View in contract. With this program not enough. If we read them, the people they know. You go cry for this country. This is a company where no get no legacy in the world. They don't ever do anything they can do for can manage the mineral wealth fund. It's headed by a Russian called Igor.
If I may not even read mining contracts.
No, this is not a mining
just
contract.
mining contracts.
This is a company for managing mineral wealth fund. You ask yourself, we get for give the company 5%, we get for give 15%. You ask yourself, what? We not get no Sierra Leonean.
Exactly.
So we get a knowledge for managing this mineral wealth fund.
We own mineral wealth fund.
Yeah, we not get no. This is just management. Not so any extra thing the person can do now for manage.
So I don't believe who say.
You ask yourself, no. Sometimes, most times, they will big one them. They can go collect some side. No worry. Where this thing can you are the cash, so they want for payback. There is an issue of payback. So for me, I think that is where the conflict comes. Because I remember last year, that was the conflict between the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Mines. Who should manage the mineral wealth fund? Do we have to have a company managing? But as you rightly say, somebody should come out. If it possibly not come out, we expect institutions like ACC. The other day, the ACC said they investigate missing revenues in National Revenue Authority. About 150 billion were missing. This money, now money where they come on our customs, where people like
and somebody should explain these things to us.
People are not explaining.
For no.
What did the ACC do? The one way on away, now the post way on away. Now in the indict. The fugitive. The SEC not tell we this money, they're not the TIFA no more, so by NIA staff. It has to be in connivance with the transit banks. Who say they go pay them money for going to the consolidated fund. The SEC not tell we whose bank they involved. They are failing to come out public. And in this fiscal transparency report they see, we know they know whose contract where government they sign, then they make them public. We don't know the mining agreement contract where government is signed. We don't know how revenue they can at the consolidated for. Who that they pay this, who that they pay that. So for that make we fail. And also, the fact of the matter is nobody is, the other day, senior government official, he said, well, why you always, on this issue of this $33 million, they tag the president? I said, maybe the president for Siam. So I tell you the president Siam.
The president don't know.
He said, I don't know. So he go make one of the ministers that come out and explain.
So some of these things, the more we talk about
the more
maybe inside things and they will
we the talk say government, they get revenue shortfalls. Yeah. I met somebody who's a revenue expert. He said, you don't need to do much in Sierra Leone. He said, just close the gaps. He said, those gaps, the money will not. He said, forget about the Huawei, said the custom officer will get behind the decks. He said, those gaps, the money where government will recoup from those gaps. And now in the IMF, same one they talk.
Exactly. Avoid face-to-face interaction.
Yes.
Get technology for
get a technology for work. Get like NIA get a price tag. Say between Motokade where you don't between 2015 to 2020. These are the price. No negotiation or they go say this price now in there and now for pay. I go pay. But because you have this interface and blah, this other stuff, people and they eat. And the Anti-Corruption Commission, they seem for they do disservice to we. From where the Anti-Corruption Commission tell we say for investigate first study and they go investigate 1930. That is what Francis Benkefala told us. There was a report by audit service. He said they investigate former or it go back.
So former first lady.
It go in the past for go investigate. Since then I didn't know say this ACC Francis Benkefala ACC na political ACC.
big allegation.
I don't need for either for Siam.
No, with all the awards, when they get
we get what we call sycophantic awards.
The best SC commissioner.
We get what we call sycophantic awards. Go check all the institutions that wouldn't get award. Check the background of them. Most are Nigerian institutions. Now, Konoman institution. Even president says go take one America and then this one and London.
Khadija.
Where check out? The one say now we get the best first lady in the country. Go check the background.
I don't discuss that because
Go check the back. I know. I get no idea. Me, I get argument.
Khadija, let's talk about transparency and accountability. And access to information. You're a journalist, you cover programs, then you want to get information, you want to do shows. How difficult is it to get authorities for can't talk about certain issues then? Dixon, the peak is about revenues between the Ministry of Finance, which they say, and what the Ministry of Mines say. If we get past the way they say, now the documents this, now the agreement this, now all in this, it's easy for us. How difficult has it been for you as a journalist to get information on something?
It has been very, very. In fact, let's put it this way. Now, when you call leaders or ministers or those in power, they will tell you that if it's then they do you favor. Instead of we creating the platform for make them can explain what they do, so that people not go misunderstand what they happen. Just like how Thomas Dixon they say, sometimes when you don't talk to people, even if that money is not missing, but because you don't explain to people. They say, oh no, this money, they don't, it's a totally layman, all those things concerned, but now that money come up and they don't eat the money.
Definitely.
But if you explain, say, okay, yes, there is some difference there, but this and this happen with the money, and this not salon money. We have so many things, where you going to the mining sector, then they get so many revenue, but what's in the happen? And they reflect to, down there to the layman for enjoy what's in the country gets. And every now and then we they trust money. Every now and then we they trust money from international community. But then we are also having hours that is now. I think recently also we are in debt stress. Is that if that's how they call? I'm not a financial journalist or so.
We don't
take exactly. We don't take so much money.
I don't understand how that happens.
And another thing what they observe is that now one way we get na salon. We see something come up, topic come up. We just talk about another 1 week. We don't forget about that.
It's the caliber of the silence.
And when you go to press conferences,
all accounts, if we fast in one case, 1 week, then the political class pop up another story. That fits.
Now, let me land.
When you fast in one story as a journalist, you get people that when they tell you, say, come up behind that person, like the post you did. When that issues you look at.
Exactly.
Why you fasting that person there? And in other countries, the journalists and they pursue an issue like this, all they pursue until we see say there is an explanation or a solution to it.
No, of course.
Also, like we
it takes a lot.
We say for blame.
You need to be financially, strong for going to investigative journalism.
The political class owes us an explanation. You need to do a favor.
And
I remember at a press conference, a government minister was saying, I think somebody asked a question and he was annoyed. They walk and they grab 5 o'clock morning. I was like, Mr. Minister, you're not doing us a favor. 8 million people there. If no one that work, they come out the other person, they can't do that.
No, I didn't hear somebody.
They just select the minister, they wouldn't appoint from the diaspora. They tell we say, so Kwabi, they do not the diaspora. Why you not go there? Why carry?
I didn't hear somebody.
This scene, they get $10 million. That $10 million budget, I mean, they play with.
Exactly.
You left $10 million budget for less than $500,000 budget.
No, but these are serious issues.
Output full and
These are serious issues. And you see political appointments back. Now, another thing back where really needs to be looked at. Now, we talk about corruption. Thomas Dixon just really talk about us going to 80 and coming down. You just start fine. But as you go, you get political interference. So they start like, what we don't work for, they go back to zero. And when another government come back, instead they can start all over. Nothing is changing. So, as a John, I don't hear somebody where they say, let them talk no more, let them put a no more on the newspaper after 2-3 days. Me know they even answer them question. After 2-3 days, then we forget about it.
I don't get on there. Say, me the rights no more.
So then they give it more difficult. Now you go to press conferences. They don't do a press conference for one topic. And then you decide for ask maybe the other press conference for get a follow-up. There's no to that we can't talk about. Now we stick to what we discuss. And then now they come back and set another press conference. So address that issue, forgive follow-up. You call them, you text them, you call them, you text them, oh no, I'm not available.
You ask tough questions at press conference, they say, this person they are against government, which is not the case.
Exactly.
We're just asking questions.
For me, when I call people to go to their offices, not for go begin get transport or begin, now for go get the stories. So the ideology, and because politics is so attractive to our young generation, they can just turn their head. What they want to do is what they do. And people look at us with that political lens, say, oh no, this is an APC. This is an SLPP journalist. This is an APC. So this will they get an every now and then.
They pray for you and not capture you anytime soon. Because we don't say that they capture all the best minds.
We need more critical. Now,
so,
if this comes before
some of we don't know that the media are doing APC, we are target. They targeted us. It's called we SLPP.
And you have done the same for
yes.
SLPP.
You know, they don't SLPP don't come. Then they call we APC. You know, you could have I get friends in our government, both APC and SLPP. Some of them are Walgo College, some of them we are best of friends in college clubs. You know, but when it comes to governance, and some of them will tell you be character. Say this man from more than a college. Now so in the whole. Some of them will tell you, you know, Dixon is actually good for let we get some of them kind them. We go ask this. Not all say all my work in the government, some of them things that we can happen, they can be happy. Yeah. But you have what they call this collective responsibility. So you know, go come out and go talk. So some of them can actually say, no, we are not happy, but a good one has to give some of these things. Maybe the president know they are aware. Maybe the president don't know. Let the president. And when you are president, one thing I have said on some forums about the current president is his attitude to leadership.
Attitude.
He has a lazy attitude to leadership.
Yes.
We have a president who every month they travel two times abroad.
The Minister of Information was here, he justified the president for travel because they travel,
this is the same president who told us that Anes Kuma spent about $4 million in 5 years to travel. This president spent last year alone $28 million.
On that note, Dixon, as soon as you mentioned Andy, my own pick for this week is a story on our newspaper. I read on this morning on our website, and it gave a result. You talk about travel. So there's this court matter where they say they deny somebody bail. What was the crime? The person leaked the president's travel manifest. I don't understand the full details of why, but me surprised as a journalist because I think say when the president travel, it's public knowledge. We know say they go now, they transit now, all man know. So if somebody is charged to court because they say a leak, I don't understand a leak because all man know. You see people then go to the airport say, oh, the president they can, they go take car, or they come out, they go left.
I think I should have that manifest in my phone.
Is that not something that is a very dangerous precedent you are setting? Tomorrow, like when you talk about the president travel now, so tomorrow they might can't say, you incite or something.
You know, this country, it's sad. I supposed to know what the president is earning.
Yeah,
as
it's
a
public
citizen.
knowledge.
Section 5 of the 19th Constitution.
Yeah.
They tell we say sovereignty belongs to the people of Sierra Leone. Now who give the president job?
Yeah.
Or whether you vote for or not, the fact that you participated in the electoral process, now you get a job. It only explanation of how they move if they travel. That is why they go tell we say the president is traveling out of the country. Initially, when the president came in, we start final. It been tell with that first 3 months. You say, I travel with 8 people, I they travel with this. This are for it stop. I think they tell us, if you continue this, my problem. But this is how you do things. I suppose for no, I'm a president. Why you go charge somebody because he leak a public? The president is the #1 public servant. It is savvy. How you go because he put out the manifest. The manifest was, I think perhaps then they hide them. The explanation is not proper. The manifest has to do with the first lady, the president and family to London. I saw it. I been look for it on my phone. We then talk about the nationality of the first lady. That manifest there. So some of who don't keep her now for argument. So it's already in the public domain. So una go carry this person go court. Wherein we have freedom access to information. Wherein that information they under the exempt clauses.
In fact, it should be public information.
Yes, it's public information. When the president and they go on gas, you know how many delegation they go with? Government delegation, for example. You know how many? Me know, for example, people that we know to government, if we go under government delegation. They should tell us. And recently, I see the same thing. Facebook reminded me when Mohamed Bangua then go dance na Onga. They went to a lot of people, musicians. And the president, they say, for example, let's travel to one media post. They go understand. Say, I know the Canaya so for can play. And the Canaya for can
we will talk to the foreign affairs minister. Yeah, they didn't
He said travel. He said one woman they sell cookery for, they go cook for Galed.
No, he said go on food tasting events. So what's
food tasting? No, well, sometimes you for prove that, take one journalist. Say this man no they can play. Actually they can work. But this is the same president who condemned his predecessor for frequent fast traveling. And then when another one for the mention almost in the spell. And very shortly I get for publish, maybe the time I go invite me back. I get for publish from 2023 to 2025. Almost the government, the total expenditure of the government on traveling. This is an official document from the Ministry of Finance. It's an official document from the Ministry of Finance.
It's official.
So you know some of these things. So you don't just really hide. No. For example, if you go look, there is this budget where they just do. If you the budget, for example, for the office of the first lady, you say budget for this thing is shared for girls. Sanitary pads, which is a brilliant idea. I think it's a brilliant idea. Many Pekin and they left school because of that. And the first thing you don't do brilliant job in sanitary pad within God. But if you the budget for you hide that under Ministry of Education, for let people don't know say now budget. But critical journalists read the budget. Who fend them? Say budget 25 billion.
So these are questions for us.
Thank you.
Sometimes they will say no, not to true.
Yeah, then the budget is 2024 5 budget. It is there. But not hide and make them public. This woman don't do wonderful job on sanitary pad. Don't make Pekin and not they left for shame. Some Pekin they use PCs, some they use lift in the provinces. But that's where be the share. Then you bring back the dignity. Yeah. So I think she was doing brilliantly. That was a wonderful initiative. We will commend her for. But the whole issue about transparency is a problem in this country. You get government the way they in opposition in the hala transparency. President Kouma where we in opposition. The hala transparency corruption. Madam Bio hala transparency. In fact, major problem. Both President Kouma and Madam
problem with politicians there. When they're in opposition, they know all the flaws, all the
and the solutions.
The solutions. When they're in governance,
you know. So the problem, President Kouma tell we say it declare an asset. Madam Bio tell we say it declare an asset. They're not one. They're two not one.
They say the law.
In fact, the SEC boss.
the law not be certain how.
Ellen Johnson Salif. It declare asset openly. Buhari will just die in Nigeria. It declare asset. These are things you know. If you go be that secretly, I make for example get a bona vacation houses from the COI. Bona vacation. Some man say no to English. You know who get them all over this country because the president the hand will not say the work. If he bill us, if they go assess us, they go assess us. This also the part bill, and then within the realms of a salary. Mr. Senator, if I bill us, they go assess me.
But somebody goes.
And then SEC they go tell you say they investigate unexplained wealth of a fugitive. We know that tongue. They investigate and then you left, including the SEC commissioner, to investigate himself. About unexplained wealth.
Maybe that's a question we should ask. Who investigates this commissioner?
Well, that is why we will continue for the
COI. That's for another day. Quickly, can you just we'll see for the rapport. This information about somebody being charged to court, 2 people actually, for leaking, they say leaking the president's manifest. Is it worrying for us as journalists? Now we have cybersecurity and crimes
I
and
don't know.
You think say one day no more you go publish or write something.
Me don't go there. I don't go there to
I don't care. Just
go there back.
See, in as much as we want to be very critical, and when I say critical, we also no want to give out information we're not true.
Yeah.
But I did tell you for true say that complete freedom of information or freedom of expressing yourself or giving out something that you think is right is still the circle still narrow. Even as a journalist, sometimes I want to say something, but I will be like, this is not a country Usai I would just say something when at the fact, and then I get people, even if not court they go, I get a justice system we go look at them swiftly.
So you said a journalist.
No, I'm not trying. No, me
doubt the justice system.
I just tell you, say we still have. I don't see a case.
What's an explanation for another day?
I don't see
But
a
I
case.
still
Usai,
there.
somebody tell me say we don't use all avenue. In fact, the justice system they take so much time. That has so much resources, even for the pay transport, for the going to courts, and they all. So they can prepare for go Wasco.
And it's still most time me don't get a lot on several occasions. I don't tell clients say, but I see this case, before they go work in a court, before they go spend time, do this, more forget about this case. They even do that to journalists sometimes. They don't intimidate you. They say,
This me particular case, court na case. That's what they tell
They say,
me. Hey, Dixon, that time, the money where they go get lawyer. I start say no, what want tell me? Let the court go tell me say a lie.
Exactly.
So
Who's document, who's evidence?
I make sense. I will not get any serious precedents on cyber case.
The jurisprudence on
These are
civil libel law is not so developed because it begin. Civil libel law gets high standard.
Yeah.
Mark you know the balance of probability na civil matter. So you not just they go say and civil libel law they tell you say the thing for be truth.
Not to be always
Justification.
like 50+1.
Yes. So you really standard high. So you sometimes we need for test the law.
Yeah, we really get a lot for do, and as a country, we also like how we know the talk about accountability and people owning up to what's in the happen and all of that. I think we have a lot to do, and I've been start for say, no, we not take people for granted. Anything can happen at any time, and anybody can turn their head at any time. So if we don't give them the right information, I want to say kudos small to Ministry of Information because they get this and civic series and all of that. But are they looking at topical issues? Are they looking at topical issues?
We have to investigate that civic.
Are they looking at, for me, I feel like...
Let's not, no, what they talk about civic engagement, well, we'll bring Java there too.
That is another
especially
topic.
the economic analysis.
That is another topic for another day. But honestly, we get a lot for do. Yeah. And I feel like if leaders then really get the people at heart, there are so many things happening we're not supposed to happen. Yeah, but it's all like now any government can we are starting all over.
In the next 2 days, what are you focusing on in terms of your work? You see this story you think say this, I need to take a deep dive, I need to ask more questions.
Right now I'm looking at security issues because there have been concern. We see what's happening at Kenema and what's happening at Bo. So I'm trying to look around security issues, and also to look at this free quality education. Now something again we also need for talk about. There is a lot that needs to be looked at around that one day. And then we get FGM and FGM self. I look at and we get somebody where they cry. I think when I get them. Yes, Khadija to Aliu. Well, instead now another thing. We now when you talk about review again, quick one. When you talk about review, because Ms. Tino Kolibi, they still no miss the point, or this is the time to right the wrong. So when you talk about review, not find out we do back this review, all it takes a lot, resources, financial and all of that. Then we come back, then people say, so no, we don't agree with this. No, we don't agree. So consultation need for be done. We don't see the Child Rights Act. Now people they say, okay, we be need for see who say we will get law on FGM. And now they say the president not even sign that. So we not just want to see Usai will get a lot of review, and then you put so much money and then it come back then not fine for the people.
Thank you very much.
So for me I will end with that.
That is where your senior colleague Asma said the issues are many.
Global, no, so right now they are global.
We definitely get time for discuss some of the other issues then. We not get enough time right now, and you talk about FGM and I still know say case where they fall from. It's been about 7 or 8 years from 2023 election started Lamine brutally gang raped by 7 men. She's in ECOWAS court, the case not on it, and Salon police, for even go to evidence na go ask court say this statement or this statement or the in terms of security, CCTV camera loss, I'm still wondering if they work because the footage for sure. So these are questions. Good luck with asking the Sierra Leone police. May they give some of the answers then they. Finally, in just a few minutes, Thomas Dixon, as we just wrap up, you of course don't day around a lot of complications on issues, of go CID invited and all that, and what does that look like for your job? Particularly, we still talk about Cybersecurity and Crimes Act, Section 44. We get things like incitement and other, things that we know well explained. Does that hinder your job? Will they make you watch over your back constantly?
Yes, it does. And somebody tell me say you are the most persecuted journalist. It's in recent times.
Okay, now you and Bill, one minister say, Rado, former minister of information, always say Bill is the most persecuted.
No, this is not.
So you're not journalist.
Persecuted.
Okay.
Not prosecuted.
Okay, no.
Yes, we are in people then try for you, they use the law, some small loophole for intimidate you, sometimes threaten, sometimes even on social media they come out boldly and threaten you. You don't born picking, you get wealth. Sometimes they see that thing. They see that thing. You get family members. They will see that thing. I have a family. I have one of my family member abroad. We say, what? I go buy for you ticket. Come. This is the thing, and some of these things are playing in your mind. Anytime you write, anytime there is a different. The Cybersecurity Act actually the intention of look at hate speech. There is a difference between hate speech and being critical.
It's a good law, a good provisions, and
but you have the police. You have the police force.
I know you think the police don't even know.
They understand. For example, the head of the one where they had the cybersecurity last year ago, they tell me say then you will na traffic police, na the cyberspace. You see what they obtain under Part 5 of 1965 Public Order Act. Now they obtain now. I say really. Would they determine the truthfulness of your statement? When are the court will for determining whether my statement should be truthful or not?
The police, the
police don't understand. I think they need lots of training. For the intention, every law, again, intention, the drafters, they get their intention. And the intention are being good intention for stop it na the cyberspace. But if you get a cyber law, where now they use them for actually impede free speech, impede critical media, I think it gets a lot for democracy.
Definitely. Thank you so much. Now, on that note, today we go wrap up the show for this afternoon. And the Attorney General, Minister of Justice was here, and he mentioned, it's a law they need to look at. They need for Sidong, media, the police, just the justice sector system, and really understand implementation, because it's a good law, but they're not going to use it for the wrong reasons. And we go for follow-up with that, definitely. Thank you so much, lady and gentlemen, for being here. Khadija Jallo, and I know see the one who produce and go on the radio to Dixon in get investigation. Remember in headline on Friday, very problematic headline, I know, definitely. Thank you so much for your time and coming here. This is what we want to do on Truth Media. Just get journalists and analysts, get a conversation, free conversation, outside and know the sense or you say not talk this, as long as it's within the ambits of the law. We make allegations.
And it's not hate speech.
Exactly. We make allegations, they say no, this is an allegation. Then we get on to the authorities, they will involve, say, can't speak to this. Pass no more, you decide, say no, me no and talk. Definitely. So thank you so much for joining us, and that's what we'll wrap up the program for today. My name has been Christian Conte, and the program has been Stop Press. Thank you very much to me, technical director Simon, and of course all the technical team, Ansu, and of course DJ Muskiwede behind the machine. Also, of course, all my colleagues at the newsroom and the news team for your support behind the scenes. Until Friday, when I bring a fresh edition of this program, my name is Christian Conte, and this is Stop Press.
I hope that our visitors would listen to this song carefully. because it's true. They trying their best to stop our progress with bad propaganda. I mean the foreign press. Bad things are blown out of proportion and spread all around. But the good things of the island they will never mention. Like our scholars have sit and passed every test. There's nothing about that in the foreign press. You know our music is rated amongst the best.